Hello. So once again, just another random and spontaneous video. Non-duality is what it seems to be labelled as, what I'm sharing. Which is just a made-up word. All words are made up. Language is made up. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing right with it. There's nothing right or wrong with anything. Because no one's doing anything. I mean, that's the core of what I seem to be sharing in the videos on this channel, is that there is no self and there is no doer, because that self character that you believe you are is an imagined story. It's just a thought that arises. It arises in this timeless immediacy, and that this timeless immediacy is all there is, all there's ever been, and all that will ever be. And no one knows what it is, because there isn't anyone here. That's the illusion, that you think you exist as a person. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about as usual. I'm just having a break at work. If you'd watched my previous videos, you know I work from home or the office. I do have an office that I sometimes make videos from. I've not been going there much lately, to be honest. I prefer to work from home. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen the last video that I made on the park bench. So me and my wife and my two boys went to Alton Towers at the weekend, which was a magical day. Got really lucky with the sunshine, and it wasn't too busy either, so it wasn't queuing for ages for the rides. And it's my wife's birthday this weekend. So yeah, we've got quite a few things planned there as well. So imagine story time. There's only this immediacy. Now what I've just shared is the past and the future and the present, which all are thoughts that appear now in this immediacy. So there's no denial of the story here. You know, I can quite happily talk about Alton Towers that recently happened and my wife's birthday, which is soon approaching, but there is no time. And that's the paradox. That's where people get stuck in the illusion. And again, there's nothing right or wrong with that either. You know, I've always said, you know, if people are completely identified with their me character and their story and they really believe it, then that's okay. But all that's being shared here is that in some bodies, and it seems to have happened here, that illusion can be seen through. Because the truth is, there's only this immediacy. You know, whatever seems to be appearing right now, so you call it a screen, if you like, or a light, just this. You know, no one knows what this is. So I'm talking about that presence, that consciousness, that awareness. This energy, aliveness, this isness that's just here, that hardly anyone talks about. This is all there is. But there seems to be this illusion that's layered on top of this. And that illusion is that you have a life, you're a person with a name and an age and a family and a wife or a husband or children or friends, or you've got a career, and you've got a story, your story of the past, and you've got plans for a future. Now, all of that is an illusion. And I mentioned on the last video, them thoughts that arise now, they can only arise now in this immediacy of you and your story. Well, how real is it? Because if you look in direct seeing, there's what's actually happening, or there's what you think is happening. And what's actually happening is just this timeless immediacy. It just appears as whatever appears. And that's what I'm pointing to. There's just this. But then there's the illusion, which is what you think is happening. And the realness of that, God, it can feel so real when time is believed in. I mean, here anyway, that seems to be the biggest obstacle to seeing this clearly. If you believe in time and you believe in that me character, then you'll miss this immediacy that's here. Now, it's okay for the thoughts of the me character to arise, and also the thoughts of the me character's story to arise. There's no problem with that at all. But it just seems if you identify fully with it and believe it's actually real. I mean, here anyway, it just seems to create a lot of suffering. I don't want to say unnecessarily, because it's just what's happening. But the freedom is seeing through the me character and the illusion and the stories of the past, seeing through the illusion of time. I mean, that's where freedom is. It's the only freedom. The me character can't be free. This is free. This immediacy is freedom. Probably the longest I've ever had my beard, this. I'm showing my age. Got a grey beard going on here. My wife likes it though. So there's no advice on offer here. You know, there's no teaching. You know, I'm not even saying, you know, you should see through the illusion, because you can't. It's not up to you whether you see through the illusion or not. That's disappointing, or it can be a bit of a blow to you. There's nothing you can do. You've never done anything. There's no one inside your body. And there's no one inside any bodies. It is obvious, really. I mean, where that self that you think you are, I mean, it's not in the body, is it? Where would it be? These bodies just move by themselves. Just like your breathing, blinking of your eyes, needing to go to the toilet, eat, sleep. You're not controlling anything. And that includes your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. It can feel that way. You know, I'm not denying that the illusion can feel real. That's the whole point of this talk. But it can be seen through. So that grand achievement that you did last year or 10 years ago, you didn't do that. That divorce, that thing that you fucked up with, that you regret or you feel guilty for, you didn't do that. You've never done anything. I mean, there's freedom in that. And it's not, it's not a get out. This message is not well, it kind of is. Letting yourself off the hook. It's just recognizing that there is no doer. There's no self. There's no one in control of these bodies or them thoughts or feelings that arise. And also, them thoughts or feelings that arise have got nothing to do with this immediacy that's here. Well, they have and they haven't, because the thoughts and the feelings do come from this immediacy in a way. But the story it's irrelevant to this appearance. So you can't choose your next thought. You don't know what's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. There's only this immediacy. Nothing's ever happened. You can't stop the thoughts. You can't change the story of the past. But there's nothing wrong with them thoughts that arise. Because they're nothing. This is timeless. So this is brand new. It's always brand new. But the illusion is you think it's come from somewhere. You think something led up to this moment. But that's just another thought that's arising now in this immediacy. I mean, it does seem cruel in a way, if you're sort of sitting around doing nothing or you're just chilling, you can actually feel guilty for doing nothing because the mind is thinking, I should be doing something, or this event's coming up, or, that's suffering. And you start thinking about the past. That's suffering. I mean, you can't control them thoughts, but you can kind of, I've said it in other videos, it kind of feels optional here now to identify with them. Or just seeing them for what they are, seeing through the illusion. Like, there's no one here. And it makes me sound crazy sometimes, and I don't even know why the videos are happening, but, I'm not talking. Talking is happening. I mean, where's the me that's talking? It's an imagined story. You're not watching this video. There seems to be watching happening, but where's the you that's watching the video? So there's no you or me. There's just this screen. It's like a movie that's playing by itself. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. There's no permanent states. Although this aliveness doesn't move, it's completely still and silent, this presence that's always here. It changes, so the content seems to change. That's what it does, that's what it seems to like to do. Be a bit boring otherwise, I suppose, especially to the me character. So it's as though this unknown aliveness wants to experience itself, because there's no one here, by appearing as billions of individuals and all them polar opposites, the uncomfortable feelings, the wonderful feelings, and pleasurable thoughts, and horrific thoughts. So this message is a sharing of inclusion. It includes everything, so whatever appears to be happening, and this can trigger people, but it's just what's happening. It's all innocent because there's no one doing any of it. You don't need anything. You just think you do. This is everything. What's missing? What's missing? You can't add anything to this immediacy, and you can't take anything away from this immediacy. It's whole and complete. And it is a joke because it's always been that way. It's just that at certain points in the imagined story, when the me character pipes up and says, I want something different, or I want something more, or I don't want this to be happening. And then, but it's tough shit. You can't do anything. You'll get what you're given. And I know this message does piss a lot of people off. You know, I've had quite a few emails and comments. Most of them are, nice, positive messages, so thank you. But yeah, I mean, I understand I'm going to get, I wouldn't say hate messages, but just people that just can't accept this message, and that's okay. So many people telling me that I need to find Jesus. I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong with believing in Jesus, but it's just it's an imagined character. This might trigger people, but if you need Jesus in your life, that's suffering. Because there's only this immediacy. So if you think an imagined character such as Jesus is going to make this immediacy better for you, then that's an illusion. I mean, isn't that obvious? There is no Jesus. There's no characters here. There's imagined ones and imagined stories. That's the illusion. This immediacy couldn't give a shit about Jesus or you. Well, I feel like I've just ranted on there for 25 minutes. So don't know where that came from. That's what I mean. It just happens. Now, all them words that apparently have just came out of this body, I didn't do it. It's this immediacy appearing as a Gavin Brooks character talking. I mean, there's a part of me that would love everyone to see this, to see through the illusion. Could you imagine? Imagine if everybody had a clear seeing of this that I'm sharing. You can only imagine. I mean, ultimately, there is only this appearance. So there are no others. There's no one here. There's no world. It's where it gets really difficult to talk about it. I have mentioned it on other videos that there seems to be, people call it the relative world. And then there's this immediacy. So it's kind of like two realities going on at the same time. Again, it goes back to what I said earlier. There's what is happening, or what appears to be happening, versus what you think is happening. So I can imagine that I'm Gavin Brooks in my kitchen, at home, at work, in a town in England. So I've got all the location, and I can say that it's Tuesday, it's May time, nearly. It's like April. That's what's thought based. That's a thought based reality, an imagined story time that appears now in this immediacy. But on an absolute level, this immediacy has no location, has no time. Where is it? Where's the location and time here? Where's the characters? Where's the stories? It's imagined story time. That's why I call the channel Imagined Story Time. It's to, I didn't do that either. Again, that's the relative world. So I'm not denying that the relative world is magical. It's amazing how it's here. So it's this oneness, this wholeness, this aliveness that's pulling off this miraculous illusion. If you're watching my video here now for the first time, you're going to think I'm crazy. But thank you for all the subscribers so far and people that do resonate. There does seem to be thousands of people out there that, resonate with this message. There's lots of other speakers. And again, a part of me wants to see this message grow, and for the whole world to see through the illusion. But yeah, that's just a fantasy. That's just a thought appearing now in this immediacy. If you do resonate with this message and you understand it intellectually and maybe not energetically, you might have not had that clear seeing, or maybe you've had a full clear seeing of this, then you'll know that, it seems here anyway, that the majority of people in your life are completely identified with that imagined character, and they really believe that they are that person, and they've got the story of the past. Excuse me. And if you have tried to express this message to someone who is completely identified with the me character, well, you might have realised it's almost impossible. I mean, my wife, for example. To be honest, I don't really talk to my wife about it anymore. I did when I had a clear scene of this, and I needed someone to talk to. It's probably one of the reasons why this channel started 9 months ago, and because I couldn't talk to anyone about it, and I don't really talk to my wife about it anymore. Just there's no point, she's completely identified with her character and the story, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I've always said there's nothing right or wrong with that at all. You can't force someone to see through the illusion of the self. And you yourself, if you're trying to have a clear scene of this, then you can't do anything about that either, because there is no doer. You can't choose your thoughts or your actions. You can't do anything. But it just seems that in some bodies the illusion can be seen through. I don't know why it's happened here. And it can't be unseen. I mentioned on one of my other videos a few months ago, a message of caution. Because if you are, finding, you can't do anything about this anyway, but so it doesn't really matter. But if you are seeking and it seems like you're going all the way to, your head's in the tiger's mouth, again, I say a message of caution, because once it's seen, it's game over. You can't go back. And it can be devastating. Your whole life, you believe you're that character, and then it's gone. Now, it's not gone because it's just seen that it was never there. There's no belief in it anymore. But as I said, the thoughts of the character here still appear in the story, but it's just not believed anymore. You can see through it every time. So then there's less suffering, less resistance to it. There's just a bring it on, really. That's just what's happening. So any uncomfortable thoughts or feelings of the character here in its past or future, it doesn't matter. It's just a movement of energy that appears now in this immediacy. It doesn't mean anything to this. Life still continues. Doing still happens. If you think that, if you have a clear seeing of this, then your life's going to change. Well, that's not down to you, because there is no you. But I think the point really is that the me character's never been there. So doing apparently has always happened, doing apparently still happens, and doing apparently will still happen. There's no me character in any of that. You know, your body's breathing. Like a newborn baby comes out the mother's womb and it's breathing. Where's the me character breathing in that baby? The me character seems to appear around the age of 2. And that's through heavy conditioning. Repeatedly calling it by its name that you gave it. Learning words and language. Knowledge. I mean, when this has been seen clearly, knowledge is a funny one. For decades I was seeking knowledge. I wanted to know what this is, conspiracy theories, religions, self-help books. Knowledge is power. What a joke. If you could unlearn everything, you'll get closer to this than any knowledge. If you could ask a newborn baby what this is like, that'll get you closer to this than any knowledge. It seems that, ironically, knowledge, well, that's the illusion. That's what keeps you stuck in the illusion. This is here before all knowledge. This doesn't need any knowledge. It just is. This would mean you don't need nothing. You don't have to do anything to see what is. This immediacy is done. That's the trap. The seeking of knowledge is part of the illusion, the trap. Because, this is timeless. So if you're seeking for something in an imagined future, so that's the hamster wheel. You can't get to this. You can't arrive at this. Jesus is not coming to save you. You've never made a mistake. Because there's no doer. There's no one inside your body making that choice. Choices happen. I've mentioned so many times on the videos about free will. There is no free will. Choices appear to happen, but you're not making the choices. So whatever's appearing right now could not be any other way. There's no way this could have been any different. It's impossible. How could this be any different than it is? There's no time. This can't be another way. And if this appearance is feeling good for you right now, then great. If this appearance is feeling shit for you right now, then that's also what's happening. I mean, again, I always say there's no teaching or advice, but if you can just see it as it is and allow it to be, and again, that sounds like a teaching, but or like a bring it on type of attitude. I don't know. It's it just seems like it's optional here now. It's okay. Everything's okay, even if it's not. You know, I would never say on these videos that my life's now brilliant because of having a clear seeing of this. That would be bullshit. You know, it's just whatever's happening. You know, uncomfortable thoughts and feelings arise here, but they seem so fleeting now, flimsy, transparent. I kind of laugh in a way at the uncomfortable thoughts or any uncomfortable feelings. I just feel it. Fully. And sometimes I just say, just bring it on. And it sounds like a teaching, or it sounds like something that you can do, or I don't know. It just that seems to be what's happening here anyway. Because it's just recognized now that they're not my feelings, they're not my thoughts. It's just this. And what I have noticed since having a clear seeing is that there does seem to be more enjoyment, relaxation and peace. I don't know if that's just what's happening here. So I'm not, I mean, I don't know about you, but you know, if I'm sat on a bench outside or even sat here and I can just look at the wall, and it's amazing. This appearance, how is it even here? Like, nothing's solid. What the hell is this? No one knows what this is. No one knows why it's here. It's incredible. But when you're caught up in the shitstorm of thoughts of that me character, worrying and stressing and feeling shit or whatever, and thinking it's all me, how on earth would you appreciate this immediacy? But yeah, thank you for watching. As always, really appreciate the comments, emails. Thank you for supporting the channel. Again, sounds like a teaching, but try not to take life too seriously. It's not about you. It's not about me. There's only this screen of awareness. Much love.